둘, 셋, 야! 안녕하세요, 엑소입니다. 네, 안녕하세요, 엑소 디오입니다.
God, I hated those classes.
네, 안녕하세요, 엑소 카이입니다. 반갑습니다.
I hated high school. End of story.
네, 안녕하세요, 엑소 송곳니 백현입니다. 그렇습니다.
Yeah, how did you know that Hyun?
안녕하세요, 엑소의 비타민 찬열입니다.
Doing great now, actually.
네, 안녕하세요, 엑소 막내 세현입니다.
Of course we are Lulil. I just didn't think you want a one.
네, 안녕하세요, 엑소 루아입니다.
Our dorm is right next to theirs. We hear everything.
네, 안녕하세요, 엑소 백화소 크리스입니다. 반갑습니다. 네, 안녕하세요, 엑소 소원 리더 소입니다.
But out of our conversation, it was going well.
네, 안녕하세요, 엑소의 첸입니다. 네, 안녕하세요, 엑소 나만 공부 판다 AB 스타일 더입니다. 네, 안녕하세요, 최근 엑소의 땀을 맡고 있는 시민입니다.
And I'm wishing Baekhyun good luck in his classes.
안녕하세요, 엑소 유니콘 레이입니다.
Good luck back.
Baekhyun laughed into his earphones at the voices coming through from the video call going on in one of the group chats.
In no time, I'm not coming over today, and I'm wishing Baekhyun good luck in his classes.
Min-seok yelled to Chen, who was off screen. Suho, who sat beside the eldest on the phone, held his hands to his ears.
Jesus did that really have to be yelled.
Kai groaned his arm wrapped around a bucket of chicken that he was being forced to share with Sehun.
Our dorm is right next to theirs. We hear everything.
Luhan laughed, sipping from the coffee mug. Hyun-soo beside him drinking his own.
Chin, but out of our conversation, it was going well till you came along.
Suho hissed, his hands still stuck to his ears in comfort. Baekhyun laughed, glancing down at his phone screen while twisting the dial to his locker.
So, Dak, what you got today?
Sayim questioned his mouth, stuffed with fried chicken. Baekhyun set up the phone on a little makeshift holder and began looking at the timetable stuck to the inside of his locker door. History and French. He sighed, his hand coming up and ruffling his hair.
God, I hated those classes.
Jiangsu spat, his big eyes closing as memories resurfaced from the back of his mind.
I hated high school. End of story.
Kai laughed, his hands becoming barriers to Sehun's, who was currently on his own phone, his thumbs speeding around the keyboard like crazy. Hunye, what are you doing? Baekhyun questioned, finally putting the books he needed onto his back. Sehun, who jumped at the mention of his name, quickly explained that he was just texting one of his old buddies from school. Baekhyun immediately called bullshit.
So, while my youngest child is in school, making a life for himself, what are the rest of my children doing?
Suho wondered, his ears now cleared of his hands and his resting mama facial expression.
Luhan and I going to clean up our dorm before Baek comes.
Jumsoo explained.
In 2 weeks, you know.
Luhan finished.
Then why the hell are you doing it now?
Min-sok wondered, his confused face almost making Baekhyun cry of laughter. Because we have nothing else to do.
We could be going on a double date.
Kai shrieked, almost dropping the bucket of chicken onto Sehun.
Okay, watch a dude, take it easy. Besides Luhan and I only had a date alone, which was our first date. You really think that we can be considered a couple after one date?
Sehun asked, an eyebrow raised.
I doubt we will.
Luhan interrupted, his brows furrowed together in hurt. Baekhyun stopped his movements in the locker and turned to focus only on the screen of his phone that showed the face of his friends. Dead silence filled his earphones. Baekhyun was quite sure he would have heard a pin drop if he wasn't in school at the moment.
Of course, we are Lulu. I just didn't think you ought.
Oh, shut up. You clearly don't mean it now.
Luhan hissed, standing up and leaving the view of the camera. Baekhyun washed as Sehun's jaw dropped. Kai, who sat beside him, glanced over shyly before focusing back into the chicken bucket.
That was the quickest I have seen him leave the dorm.
Kendall explained, his eyes glancing off camera at the door leading to the hallway.
What am I going to do?
Sehun sighed, his hands coming up onto the table and meeting his face.
Well, for one, you can go and apologize and explain to Luhan why you thought you weren't a couple yet.
Baekhyun muttered, thinking that no one was able to hear him. Jesus, you sound like Chanyeol. Baekhyun tossed and glanced at the phone, his cheeks reddening at the sound of the boy who was making him smile for a couple days now.
Speaking of Chanyeol, he just sent me a request to join the call.
Min-sok grinned, pulling the phone closer to him. Baekhyun immediately looked at anything other than his phone. He made sure he double-checked that he had all the books he needed for the next couple of classes and made sure that the classes after lunch were prepared for it.
Hey guys, Sehun texted saying there was a call, so here I am.
A deep voice filled Baekhyun's ears, making him freeze in his actions. Baekhyun smirked, knowing that he called bullshit on his son earlier.
Hey Chanyeol, how are you today?
Min-sok wondered. Baekhyun could tell the eldest had a smile on his face without even having to take a look.
Doing great now, actually.
Taking the chance, Baekhyun turned, and what he was faced with made his heart skip a beat. A handsome man with black hair, light brown eyes, with black rimmed glasses, a strong jawline, and the perfect sized lips. Kai Chanyeol. He smiled, making his eyes crinkle up.
Hey Betty, how are you today?
The sound of coughing and gasping and filled the call as Kai nearly choked on his chicken and Suho gasped so much he began coughing. Kyung-soo bit his lip to try and hold back a laugh while Min-seok stared at the screen intently. Chanyeol smiled, waiting patiently for Baekhyun to reply to his simple question.
He's dying internally.
Chamseo explained, his eyes rolling with the smirk slowly starting to develop on his heart-shaped lips. Baekhyun glared at his section of the call, while another section popped up.
Okay, guys.
K-Way, you know.
Suho smiled, giving the blonde-haired Chinese student a wave.
Yeah, Baekhyun, answer my question.
Chanyeol groaned, his lower lip pushing out to form a pout. I'm fine, Chanyeol, thank you for asking. He quickly explained with a faint blush dusted on his cheeks. The bell for classes rang and Baekhyun closed his locker, taking the phone into his hands as he went.
Baby's gotta go.
Chanyeol cooed his face being held up by his hands, which Baekhyun noticed were larger than his own. I do. He pouted with a nod, his eyes occasionally glancing up at the people passing by so he wouldn't hit into anyone and get into another fight.
History, right?
Lei wondered. Yeah, how did you know that, Hyun?
You sent me your school schedule a couple days ago, remember?
All right, yeah, sorry, I forgot. Baekhyun admitted with a nod.
Well, I gotta go. I need to apologize and maybe think of another date idea for Luhan.
Sehun sighed, standing up and waving into the camera before turning it off before Kai could even say a goodbye.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. Talk later.
Kim-soo waved, then turned off the call. Well, I gotta get to class. Baekhyun sighed, a hand running through his hair in frustration.
Good luck back.
Lei grinned and held up a fighting sign.
Just focus on your studies, Dak, and we'll talk later, okay?
Suho said with a smile, earning a nod from Min-seok beside her.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later in our group chat, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Good luck, princess.
Chanyeol grinned with a wink. Taekhyun licked his lip, glancing over to Chanyeol's section of the call, his eyes meeting with the latter's chocolate ones. Thanks, Jennie.
The disclaimer, this story is a work of fiction. The real EXO members are private individuals, and their personal lives remain undisclosed